Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Married couples need to have the same money consciousness. Now, this is a subject I've talked about before, and I will probably talk about again. Now, as y'all know, I don't really talk about relationships much on this side, on the Money Matters channel. But money does play a part in relationships. And even though I'm very adamant about, especially for men, not to use money to get women, the reality is if you're a married couple, you're in a couple, that's more than just love and lust. That's business. Because first of all, y'all married, y'all got to get a home. Y'all got to pay for that home. Or whether it's a condo, apartment, whatever, a trailer, an RV, you still got to pay for it. You got to pay for the maintenance of whatever your home is. You got to feed yourself. Yeah, y'all lovey-dovey and all of that, and, y'all have some hot sex. But you still got to pay those bills. You still got to pay that light bill. You still got to pay to keep that air conditioner on or that heat on. Shoot, you still got to go to the grocery store. So that's where the money comes in at. That's where the money comes in at. So, and it's still, and one thing to think about is not to entice the member of the opposite sex. Let me be clear. But it is a tool so y'all can live together. Because when y'all join as one, all that money goes into maintaining your life. But see, a problem out there is next to sex and irreconcilable differences, money plays a big part in why relationships break up, either relationships or marriages in this case. The reason why the couple didn't have the same money consciousness. See, you have two general money consciousnesses out here. One, you have a poverty consciousness. People who have a poverty consciousness tend to have a scarcity mindset, They tend to do stuff. They tend to spend their money in ways that are not conducive to making more money. They'll spend money on dumb things, irrelevant things. They don't develop a savings. They don't manage their money well. Now, someone with an abundance consciousness, they see all the money that's floating around out here. And they're thinking, okay, how can I make this money? They're thinking about a business. They're thinking about saving or using their savings. Well, for two things. One, to have a savings in case something comes up. But two, to invest it in income-producing assets or to create a business. The person with the poverty consciousness, they lose their job, they lose their mind. The person with the abundance consciousness, the wealth consciousness, they're like, oh, let me get a better one. Or they got so many things going on, it's like they're not even pressed about the job. They could lose the job. They're like, oh, well, I got time to work on my business more now. Or they'll probably just get another job. But see, when you have two different consciousnesses, that affects the relationship. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. Like I said, yeah, you want to be had a lust and everything and even like each other friendship-wise, but then we talking business. Y'all going to have problems if y'all can't keep the lights on. Y'all got to keep those bills paid. You got to keep the cars running. All of a sudden, it's cold-blooded business at that point. And it's not even so much how much money you got, but how do you use that money? This is very important. And the reason why couples need to be on the same consciousness as far as making money. They need to be on the same consciousness. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about that. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. Now, there are some occasions where one can think they can raise the other one up. Like you might have, say you have a man. He's a 6-figure dude. He's making a lot of money. He see this woman, she's got that poverty consciousness, but, unfortunately with a lot of men, they don't see that. They just see the big breasts, slim waist and big old buttock. All right. And some men might think, well, I can change her. I can raise her up. Okay. He's usually in for some trouble. Because the problem is when you have these two consciousnesses colliding, that creates a lot of tension that can lead to other problems. Like I mentioned, sometimes a couple could have all that lust for each other, but if they having conflict over money, even if there's plenty of money on how to spend it, it could affect the lust thing. All of a sudden you thinking, oh wow, I'm not turned on by this person. They just want to save money, or they got all these like plans and stuff to make money. And then the other person's like, this person just spend money, spend money, spend money. It leads to other things. It leads to what y'all spending money on. It leads to where you might want to live. You might have one party, they want to live in a super expensive neighborhood. And they might have just enough money to make it. And they can go there, but the other person who actually has more of a wealth conscience say, yeah, we could live there, or we could stay in this neighborhood, which isn't that bad, put some money into some business, and then we can move to someplace even better. But then that's a conflict. One wants one thing, one wants the other, But here's the thing. If they both on the same consciousness, things could work. Now, unfortunately, if both are on a poverty consciousness, ironically, things will probably work. Ironically. Yeah, they ain't going much, but if they got everything else, they might just last. And you do get some couples like that because they on the same consciousness. But if they on a wealth consciousness, oh yeah, they flying. That couple is flying. They can start off modest, but they going to be flying because they both are going to do the same things. But here's the thing. When they're on the same consciousness like that, it actually enhances everything else. How does this enhance everything else, you might ask? People will feel like having sex. People can get along. They're not having a conflict, so they can still get along. They can still be those friends and lovers and everything. And that's cool. Because the basic thing, they think in the same way. Indeed, it actually makes their relationship stronger because they both working towards the same goal. Their consciousness in the same direction. Now, does it have to be the exact same thing? No, and it probably won't be. It don't need to be, but everybody need to have that same general consciousness. So, on this channel, yeah, I talk about money matters, but that plays a big part because it plays a part in the quality of your life and everything. And it plays a part in the person that you're dealing with. It's not about what the number you have in the bank, but it's about the consciousness to even get that number in the bank. All right. So I want y'all to think about that. All right. And to even get to that point, let's go make that money.